All right, today we're diving into something pretty wild. A new technology that lets you control the entire web, not with code, but just with your words.
So let me ask you something. What if you could automate, well, almost anything you do online? Think about it, all that tedious research, the data entry. What if you could just describe what you want done? No clicking around, no lines of code, just English. That's the huge idea we're going to unpack today.
But, to really get why this is such a big deal, we gotta look at how things used to be. And trust me, for a lot of people, web automation has been a total nightmare.
So for the longest time, if you wanted to automate stuff on the web, you were stuck in the old way. You had to wrestle with these super complex coding tools, things like Playwright or Puppeteer. And the scripts you'd write, oh man, they were so brittle. A website changes one tiny thing and poof, your whole script breaks. The learning curve was just brutal. But the new way? It's a completely different world. We're talking plain English, an AI that's actually smart and can adapt. And the best part, you don't need to know how to code. Okay, so how do we get from that coding nightmare to just talking to the web? Well, let's meet the tool that's actually making this happen.
And here it is, Hyper Agent. So what is it? At its heart, it's a free open source AI agent. And its job is simple. It takes your plain English instructions and turns them into real actions on a website. The whole complex code part? Gone.
I mean, look at this quote. It says it all. Automate websites using plain English, no code, no clicking around. It's such a direct promise, right? You just say what you want, and the agent takes care of it.
Okay, but what can you actually do with this thing? Well, the use cases are super practical. I mean, imagine being able to automatically scrape your competitors' data for research. Or what about monitoring price changes on something you've been wanting to buy? Or, my favorite, automatically filling out those super annoying, tedious forms. You can even string together really complex jobs, like go through a whole list of pages and pull specific info from each one. All from just one command.
All right, I know this sounds a little like magic, but it's built on some really clever tech. So let's pull back the curtain and see how this whole thing actually works. Okay, this first part is super important. HyperAgent is built on something called Playwright. Now, what that means is that it's using a real browser to do its thing. It's not just some script sending data in the background. No, it's literally moving a cursor, clicking on buttons, and typing into fields just like a person would. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful and reliable.
So, the AI brain inside the agent works on this really simple but effective loop. First, it looks at the page. It's trying to figure out, okay, what's on here? What can I click? Then, based on what you told it to do, it decides on the very next action. After that, it takes the action. A click, some typing, whatever. Finally, it checks. Am I done yet? If the answer is no, it just loops right back to the beginning and does it all over again until the job is finished. And here's another thing that's really cool. You're not stuck with just one AI model. You actually get to choose the brain that powers your agent. So whether you're a fan of GPT or you prefer Claude or maybe Gemini, you can just plug it in. And for anyone planning to do this a lot, you can even use your own API keys, which makes it way, way cheaper when you're automating at a large scale. Now, HyperAgent has a couple of killer features that really set it apart and make it feel like a pro tool. The first one is called session reuse, and it's all about making things super efficient. And you can see exactly why it's so much better right here. Without this feature, imagine your agent has to log in, do one thing, then log out. Then log in again, do the next thing, and log out. It's so repetitive. But with session reuse, it logs in just one time and then can just bang out task after task after task in that same session. Seriously, for any kind of complex job, this is an absolute game changer.
All right, the next big feature tackles one of the most frustrating parts of web automation, getting blocked. Let's talk about stealth mode.
You know the feeling, right? You try to pull some data from a website and bam, you're blocked almost instantly. Well, HyperAgent has these built-in anti-bot patches that make it act, well, more human. This makes it way less likely that you'll get detected and blocked. If you're trying to gather data, this is, and I mean this, huge.
Okay, so we've talked about what this is and how it works. Now for the fun part. Let's get into the playbook for how you can actually start using it yourself.
Let's look at a real-world example just to see how powerful this is. Check out this command. Go to Reddit, search for AI automation communities, find the top 5 by member count, and extract their names, member counts, and top 3 post titles. I mean, can you even imagine trying to write the code for that? It would be a nightmare. But here, it's just one sentence. That's it.
And getting started is actually way easier than you might think. Step 1, you make a free account, and they give you an API key. Step 2, you install their little software package, the SDK. Step 3, you just pop that API key into your project. And that's literally it. You're ready to start telling it what to do.
Okay, so to help you get the best results right away, here are a few pro tips. First, be super specific with your instructions. The more detail, the better. Second, always reuse sessions if you have more than one task. It's just so much faster. Third, if you're going to be doing this a lot, use your own AI keys to keep costs down. And finally, a really good one. Test your commands in their live dashboard first. That way you know it works before you just let it run on its own.
All right, let's take a step back for a second. A tool like Hyper Agent isn't just another small upgrade. This is pointing to a massive shift in how we're all going to interact with computers. The future is what people are calling agentic.
So what really makes this a leap forward? It's not just one thing. It's the whole package. It uses a real browser, so it's tough and reliable. It's completely open source on GitHub, so you can see exactly how it works. You're not locked into some company's specific AI model. And it was built from day one for serious, heavy-duty automation.
And this, right here, is the main thing to understand. We're seeing a fundamental change from using software, clicking all the buttons and menus ourselves, to directing software. We just give it the end goal, and the AI agent figures out all the steps to make it happen.
So, I'll just leave you with this thought. As these kinds of tools get smarter and more capable, what if the whole idea of using software just goes away? What happens when we stop being users and just become directors, telling our technology what we want to accomplish?